God, who writes these things?
Here, Bob, have you heard the gossip about the new marketing director?
Oh, gossip, gossip, gossip. Haven't you two got anything better to do with your time?
Oh, we women take an interest in what goes on around us. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, but I happen to know that they haven't chosen the new marketing director yet.
Well, that's exactly my point.
What point? You haven't told me anything I don't already know.
Well, look at the facts. Jenny's been pretty pressed since the interviews, so obviously her choice has been blocked. Now, Mike is the most cheerful he's been in weeks, and that could be because Jenny is down, but more than likely it's because his favourite candidate has been chosen.
But I heard from Lee that it was stalemate.
Well, I've been told to book the training room for another session of interviews tomorrow. Chair the board.
Wasn't he the new big chief who took over in the boardroom coup last week?
Ah, that would explain why John is looking out of sorts.
Why?
How would you like the chief executive of Softex poking his nose into your business?
Not a lot. The question is whether this guy,
Matt Davis.
Yeah, whether he supports Michael John's decision.
Exciting, isn't it?
Oh, hang on, hang on. You're just making guesses.
Thing is, Bob, it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. It's not enough to have all the pieces. You have to know how they fit together.
Okay, next item on the agenda, legal. Susan, what's the news on the threatened lawsuit from HTP?
A threat it is no longer.
You what?
They have withdrawn their action.
There you go, Lee. You don't have to go to jail after all.
Thanks, Mike. Your concern is touching.
After our offer to publish our code, they shut up.
We should go after them for punitive damages.
Well, we could countersue, but we would have to prove that we suffered materially as a result of their actions.
Well, Lee suffered enormous emotional trauma. Haven't you, Lee?
Not to mention the damage to our reputation.
Now, take my advice, never start a lawsuit willingly. I think our energies are better spent elsewhere.
All right, I'll keep HTP dangling for the moment. At least it'll stop them trying to pull any more tricks.
The thing I can't understand is why Charles would have told them that we'd copied their product.
Right. Yeah, it does seem out of character.
Maybe it had something to do with the fact that you fired him. Has been known to affect a person's morale.
Why lie? He knows that our product's different from HTP's.
Of course, we're all assuming that the story came from him in the first place.
He was hired as a consultant the minute he set foot outside the building.
Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe someone else made the claim.
Not a mole. Right here in Redware.
But why would someone spread false rumors?
We'll probably never know.
I think it's disgraceful that our own staff are going around spreading lies about the company.
Now, that's a bit strong, Mike. Look, it could have been someone just innocently chatting at a trade event. It's common knowledge around the place that we look at competitors' products.
Yeah, but he does have a point, though.
Do I?
You have to give the whole staff a reason to pull behind Redware. If you don't give people a dream to follow, they will invent their own nightmare scenario.
We did the brainstorming. That involved a lot of middle managers.
I'm talking bigger here. I'm talking about involving the whole company. Share our vision with them.
Oh, hallelujah.
Do you have a problem with that, Mike?
Business mission, vision statements, well, it's all a load of waffle. The kindest thing you could do to a mission statement is shove it through a shredder.
We've managed this business for 15 years without needing a vision statement to tell us what we should be doing.
Don't you have to be an IBM or someone to justify having one?
Oh, nonsense. Every company needs a clear idea of what it does. Size is unimportant, even a restaurant.
Why on earth would a restaurant need a business mission?
Well, I'll show you, Mike. Take a look at this.
If you want a company vision to succeed, you have to start by recruiting the right kind of people for the company. Today is Orientation Day at TGI Friday's new restaurant in High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire. New recruits now have a 2-week training period before the store opens. Today they've been asked to dress futuristically, as this is TGI Friday's 21st restaurant in the UK, a store for the 21st century.
Our vision for TGI Fridays is to be the most successful American restaurant and bar. We have a marketing slogan externally, which is that TGI Fridays is about the all-time great time. But for our people, we really concentrate more on the shared values that are in the business rather than summing that up in any catchphrase internally.
But the first thing they learn about the company is how it uses teams of trainers to hype up the atmosphere. Their job is to drum up a kind of tribal identity before the training even starts. The most critical thing is getting the people who will buy into the vision in the first place. That has all been done here.
It's not corporate brainwashing, because these people are people who already in themselves have at least the essence of those values in them. So nobody is forced to be here. People come here because it's an environment in which how they are as an individual anyway in the outside world is recognised and valued in a way that perhaps it's not been in other places that they've been, whether it be at college or school or in other places of employment.
Every time you hear those words, TGI Fridays High Wycombe, together, not apart, TGI Fridays High Wycombe, I want you to give it into the future. So we're going to give it a go. TGI Fridays High Wycombe! Into the future!
Now I hear you asking, how did we get here? I'm glad you asked that question.
Once the trainers have got everyone on a high, General Manager David Jones then sets the scene.
30 years ago, we started off in New York as a singles bar. Very, very busy initially. Then soon it started spreading around America. And then in 1986, it came over to the UK. And it started off in Birmingham, then Covent Garden. And today, we're sitting in the 21st store for TGI Fridays.
The company places great value on its people once selected, and no expense is spared on the training programme that starts today. It also values professionalism, fun, and being yourself at work.
We do entice people to be like this from this day on. The orientation day is a fun day, it's a very hyped day, it's a very up day. Some people say it's kind of verging on what they wouldn't see in a normal situation.
Here comes the management team. Part of Friday's vision is training people right up to 150% on day one for top performance the rest of the time. But not even Fridays can keep up the hype all day long. Later, employees start to learn the so-called theories and philosophies, the management theories that underpin TGI Fridays.
Can anyone tell me what the SWAN theory is? Relation to your jobs, front of house, especially on the bar or as a waiter or waitress, this will be you, above water. You'll be calm, collect, not a problem. And underneath, you're panicking.
People around the restaurant can always see.
What do the employees think the company's vision is at this stage?
The whole lot.
Their main theory of the guest experience time, just to make sure all their guests have a really, really good time. Motivation, success, I think they're trying to bring a bit of it into the British culture.
Letting everybody know that it is a fun place to work, but on the other side there is a serious nature to that.
Oi, have you heard the latest gossip?
About the new marketing director who hasn't been appointed yet?
Yeah, that's right.
That Mike wants one candidate and John favours the other?
Yeah, and there's
But
also...
now, Matt Davis, the new chief executive of Softex, has got involved, and his will be the casting vote.
That's right, but I bet you didn't know that there's
Matt Davis and John Wood can't stand each other.
How did you know that?
Because John Wood voted against Matt Davis getting the job at the board meeting.
Ah, but the
But
thing is...
he got the job anyway, and now he's looking for ways to get his own back on John.
How come you know so much? Has Brenda been talking to you?
I'm afraid I'm in no position to reveal my sources.
Why is it that some days I feel like the world's just passing me by?
It's not a feeling, Bob. It's what we call an insight.
Thank you very much.
I love that clip about the restaurant. That's exactly what we need around here, a get-up-and-go culture.
If we treated our staff the way they do in that case study, most of them would get up and go.
You are just an old cynic, Mike.
No, I'm not. I'm British. And we British can only take so much happiness in our working lives. Good Lord, you'll have us singing the company song next.
Well, loosen up, Mike. I think Susan's right. We should be more passionate about our business mission.
What exactly is the difference between a business mission and a vision?
A vision is where you think the company is going, your dream of the future.
And the business mission?
Well, that describes how you're going to get there. For instance, in the 60s, they had a dream of getting a man on the moon. That was the vision. The business mission was to create the rockets, the systems of doing the job.
So what is a business goal?
I like to think of a goal as a vision with a deadline.
Company culture?
Company culture is made up of the different values that distinguish one company from another. It can be expressed as simply as the way we do things around here.
Clear as mud.
Yeah, I agree they're words you can't pin down, but when you apply them to a company, they take on real meaning. You may not like the process. You'll love the results. Take another look at this case study.
It's the end of the first week of training for the new recruits at TGI Fridays High Wycombe.
Right, do we have everybody here? Yeah! Come on, do we have everybody here? Yes! Lovely. Everyone looking forward to today? Excellent!
The shift meeting is the way TGI Fridays brings all its staff together, and also a chance for an aerobic warm-up. The team's been booted and suited, and each part of the restaurant now has its own catchphrase.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to Fridays. Can I take your order? Spray, spray, wipe, wipe, sexy drink. Excuse me, grab a cappuccino, please. Pour that food. Christ, that's hot. Pass me. Are you happy with your wash? Beef, chimney, chick, chimney, chimney, sex. There's fingers on the stubber bar, stubber bar.
It's not a case of just drifting in, starting work, kind of at a jaggedy edge start. It's kind of started off with a shift meeting, with a bang, and then you're all hyped up, ready to go in.
Okay, the people that set up this morning are the people that are going to be serving. The people that set up back house this morning are the people that are going to be cooking. They need to leave the building, obviously have their uniform covered, and then they'll be greeted just as guests.
Next week, they'll be serving real customers, guests in Friday speak, but today they're just serving each other, which is hard enough. What does the vision mean to them now?
Basically, in a word, it's excellence. They want everyone to be treated the same as a very special guest. Things have to be done within certain time limits to make sure that when guests do come to the store and they have what they class as a GET, which is guest experience time, to make sure they have a great and basically pleasant guest experience time.
So what are you going to do? Okay, so what are you going to do with that drink? Why is it important that you throw it away and not serve it?
Because it's wrong.
Because it's wrong. Exactly. It's not going to taste right. There's no point in you learning a quality drink if you're going to sell a sub-quality one. So in the bin, go careful what you're making is Powerful Sunshine, yeah? They're doing very, very well. When you think, now, these guys have never actually been stood behind a Fridays bar before. I've never made a cocktail in their life. They spent all this week revising them. We've got them through some of the technical side, and now we need to get to actually put it into practice and the proper working practices so that they can become a professional and be working very, very smart and very, very clear. Right, go on, let's have a look at this one. Go on, pour it.
I'm Alex, and I'm going to be waitressing today. And so if you want to take a look at your menu...
So how do the recruits feel about the company now? Are they beginning to buy into the hype?
I'm getting to like it. At the moment, I think I'm just kind of finding my feet. Maybe in a couple more weeks, I think I'll be more extrovert.
It's not about corporate hype. It really is about people genuinely sharing similar beliefs and similar values, recognising that those are worthwhile.
Fine, okay. Why have you got your pad in your hand?
Oh, I don't know. So let me see if I've got this straight. The vision is where the company is heading. A goal is a deadline by which you achieve part of that vision, and the company's culture is the shared values that bind you together.
That's right. You see, the trick is to marry the company's vision with the people's personal vision. That's the secret of motivation. If you're going to fly to the moon, it's important that every member of the team wants to get there.
It's unrealistic to expect everyone in the company to share the same vision. Most people come to work for the simple reason that they get paid at the end of the month.
Is that why you come to work?
No, not entirely.
Oh, why can't the rest of the staff be like you, motivated to working hard toward the vision?
I guess it depends on what that vision is. I'm not going to bust a gut for something I don't believe in. Half the people in this building haven't got a clue what their so-called business vision actually is.
They're not the only ones.
So all we have to do is agree our vision and then communicate it through the company.
A good vision is a highly effective way of motivating people at every level of a company. Changing entrenched behavior, changing attitudes.
We could print it on calendars and distribute them among staff, or maybe give everyone paperweights and have the vision carved in.
You're a desperately sad person, Susan. You do know that, don't you?
Mike!
All right, let's take a look at the case study.
Good. The big day has finally arrived. The new restaurant opens at 5 p.m. this evening.
Everybody's building to this day, and you know, as you can see, spirits are high. We're all ready for it now, so we'll start off with a bang tonight, I think.
I'd like to talk about Steve now.
TGI Fridays claims that this intensive training and induction of employees means their labour turnover is lower than the industry average as a whole.
Good afternoon, TGI Fridays. Hi, Wycombe.
This is the very first new store opening that I've been involved with, and from my point of view, you've set a standard that everybody from here on in should aspire to.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding performance is recognised and rewarded throughout the store.
It's a good part now because they all know who each other are. They've all been working with each other, so they all clap for each other, stuff like that. Trainer's job's all done now.
It's been a very long, hard train, but I think we're ready. Do you think we're ready?
You generally do enjoy it, and it's good. It's actually really good fun showing off to people. Yeah.
Normally, I would not be really silly and dance all over the place, but now I just don't have any inhibitions.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, what did you think?
Well, it doesn't seem to have much to do with our industry, apart from the fact that we both use lots of chips.
It shows that we need to define exactly what our vision is. Where are we heading?
Any ideas? Well, 6 weeks ago, we had the meeting brainstorming the vision. Now, where did that lead us?
Well, our team started with the idea that our future's tied up with the next big thing in hardware. Palm-top computers.
Palm-top?
PCs are becoming small enough to carry on the palm of your hand. This means that all the information in your office will be available to you wherever you are, provided, of course, that the software that links you back to base is reliable.
Yeah, it's not exactly a new concept. I mean, Apple, IBM, Hewlett-Packard, they've all been working on combining PC, laptop, and mobile phone technology.
That's right. But for every Goliath, there's a David, making very good profits out of a specialized niche.
This new generation of palm-top PCs are so small that the modem switches have to be custom manufactured to fit inside the space available. Well, that's why I've modified our production facilities to manufacture modems so small that you could swallow one without even noticing. Yeah. And because we're known for the reliability of our products, well, we hope to be able to grab a big chunk of this new marketplace.
It sounds encouraging, providing we can beat the thousands of other suppliers.
How can we be sure we'll make money out of this?
Well, that's a $64,000 question. No one knows what the killer applications are going to be for this new software.
Yeah, but the company that cracks it is going to clean up.
What's so special about us? Why should we be the ones to come up with the winning formula?
Well, we sure won't, if all our staff have your confidence.
Here, Nige, have you heard the gossip about the new marketing director?
A new marketing director? I didn't know we were getting a marketing director.
Well, hasn't Brenda told you?
I haven't seen Brenda all day.
Oh, well, let me tell you. Although, of course, this is highly confidential, you mustn't tell another soul in production.
What? Tell them what?
Well, apparently John Wood wants to appoint a marketing director. But Mike isn't too keen on his choice of candidate, and he favours somebody else.
Another candidate? Who's that then?
Well, never mind now, it's not important, really.
Well, excuse me, but I think the appointment of a new marketing director is rather important. In fact, it's central to our whole business mission.
Yeah, that's enough, Nigel, all right?
Well, it was you that started it. I was merely pointing out...
What are you two gossiping about now?
Gossiping? No. We were discussing this new integrated circuit plotter that Nigel's installed in...
No, we weren't. Bob was just going to tell us which candidate is going to be appointed marketing director.
Thanks, Nige.
I mean, if we as the management team don't push this vision forward, who will?
John's right. The staff need leadership. They need a vision that they can hang their own ambitions on.
And what if they don't like the vision?
Well, then they shouldn't be working here.
That's what leadership is all about. You have to stand up and say what you believe in. Otherwise, people just follow whatever misinformation they hear on the grapevine.
Correct. Okay, so what is our vision?
Well, it's like I said, it's got to be around the provision of software for this new generation of palm-top PCs.
That's not very catchy. Don't think that's going to look very good on one of Susan's paperweights.
Well, look, I'm not a words person, all right, but I'm convinced that this is the way ahead for us. Everything is pointing us in this direction.
Look, why don't we wait till the new marketing director takes over? I mean, whoever we choose is bound to be au fait with this kind of thing.
No, but hang on. I didn't say I couldn't come up with a snappy phrase.
Go on, then.
What now?
Why not now?
How about this for a vision? The power to connect people to the future.
It sounds like you're going to electrocute them.
Okay, what about the #1 supplier of mobile communication software for the palm-top market?
Yeah, it doesn't exactly make you want to get out of bed in the morning, does it?
We've got to keep it simple.
We're in the business of making information work harder.
Do you know, that's quite good.
What is?
Yeah, Redware, making information work harder.
Yeah, I like it.
Wait a minute, it was my idea.
Do you think the staff will buy into it?
Let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes.
Yes, but can we minute whose idea it was?
It's a great idea, Mike, but how do we communicate it?
Maybe your paperweights weren't so stupid. Maybe we could put it on posters and put it on pencils, T-shirts, mugs, anything, really.
Hi, Jenny's phone. No, it looks like she's popped out for a second. Yeah, sure, I'll take a message, yeah. Hold on. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep, sure. Well, that's a bit of a blow. Oh, well, never mind. Yep, sure, I'll make sure the message gets through. Yeah, cheers, bye. Well, that'll put the cat among the pigeons.
Who was that?
Well, you can't expect me to reveal my sources.
How about a corporate video to launch the new concept?
Well, we should certainly hold a staff meeting, give everybody a sense of purpose.
Yes, we need one to introduce the new marketing director.
Once we've chosen one.
Sorry to interrupt. Jenny, I've got an urgent message for you.
Excuse me.
I notice you're a bit more enthusiastic about our business mission now that it's your phrase that's being used.
Nonsense. I've been behind the idea from the start.
That was, Peter Lambert.
Your favourite candidate, the cat food man.
He's not coming tomorrow.
Oh, shame. Has his bicycle got a puncture?
No, apparently, after the last interview, he's withdrawn his name. He doesn't feel that we're the right company for him.
Bloody cheek.
Why the sudden change of mind?
Well, according to the headhunters, he was put off by someone who argued with him about cars.
Yeah, I told you he wasn't right for us.
Damn it.
Right, roll up, place your bets. Now, I can give you 5 to 1 on Peter Lambert getting the job. Now, he's the favourite of John and Jenny. Now, otherwise, there's Harry Howe. Now, he's Lee and Mike's favourite.